The 7 money rules nobody teaches before age 35. You know that weird moment when you check your bank account? Not because you just bought something big, not because you're in trouble, but because you're nervous. You're in your late 20s, maybe early 30s. You have a job. You pay your bills. You're doing okay. But somehow it still feels like you're one unexpected expense away from panic. You're not broke, but you're definitely not comfortable. And you keep thinking, shouldn't I have this figured out by now? If that thought has ever crossed your mind, this video is for you. Introduction. My name is Belly, and I spend way too much time thinking about the 7 money rules nobody teaches before age 35. If you're someone who feels behind financially, struggles to save consistently, or wonders why making more money hasn't made life easier, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Because here's the thing. Nobody actually teaches you how money really works before your 30s. And by the time you learn the rules, a lot of damage is already done. So today, I want to walk you through 7 money rules that quietly separate people who struggle forever from people who eventually build real wealth. Some of these might sting, but they can also change everything. Rule number 1. Your first goal is not wealth, it's stability. Here's what most people don't realize. Before wealth comes calm. Most financial advice jumps straight to investing, passive income, and making your money work for you. But that advice completely ignores reality. According to the Federal Reserve, over 57% of Americans can't cover a $1,000 emergency without that. That means more than half the country is living in a constant low-level state of financial stress. And when you're stressed, you don't make smart decisions. You make reactive ones. You swipe the credit card. You delay investing. You choose comfort now over progress later. So rule number 1 is simple. Before you chase wealth, you must buy stability. That means an emergency fund, predictable cash flow, fewer financial surprises. For most people, that number is somewhere between $3,000 and $10,000. Not because it's magic, but because it shuts your brain up. Rule number 2. Making more money doesn't fix bad money systems. Look, this one hurts. Most people believe if I just earned more, everything would be fine. But data says otherwise. A 2023 Lending Club study found that over 60% of Americans earning $100,000 plus still live paycheck to paycheck. So what's happening? Lifestyle expansion. Your spending quietly grows to match your income. And without systems, more money just means bigger mistakes. Here's the truth. Income is powerful. Systems are permanent. If you don't automate saving, investing, and bills, your brain will always find a way to spend what's left. That's why wealthy people automate everything. Not because they're disciplined, but because they don't trust discipline. Rule number 3. The first $100,000 is not about returns. It's about behavior. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. Everyone obsesses over returns. Is 7% enough? Should I chase higher growth? What's the best stock? But the first $100,000 isn't built by returns. It's built by consistency. Let's do the math. If you invest $500 per month at an 8% return, after 10 years, about $91,000. After 20 years, about $295,000. The growth explodes after the first decade. So the real challenge isn't picking investments. It's staying in the game long enough. That's why rule number 3 is this. Your behavior matters more than your strategy early on. Missed contributions hurt more than bad years. Rule number 4. Debt is not evil, but it is patient. Debt doesn't destroy your finances overnight. It waits. A car payment here, a credit card balance there, a temporary lifestyle upgrade. And slowly, it steals your future options. Here's a brutal stat. The average American household with credit card debt pays $6,000 to $8,000 per year in interest. That's money you work for that does nothing for you. So the rule isn't never use debt. The rule is never carry debt that delays your future. If debt doesn't increase income, reduce stress, or buy time, it's probably costing you more than you think. Rule number 5. Your brain is wired against wealth. Now, you might be thinking, okay, Belly, but I know all this. Why is it still hard? Because your brain hates delayed rewards. Psychologists call this present bias. Your brain would rather have a new phone today, a vacation this year, comfort right now, than freedom 20 years from now. That's why budgeting feels exhausting and investing feels boring. So the solution isn't willpower. It's design.
Make the good choice automatic. Make the bad choice inconvenient. That's how wealthy people win. Rule number 6. Financial confidence comes from clarity, not perfection. Most people don't feel stressed because they're bad with money. They feel stressed because they don't know where they stand. No clear numbers, no clear plan, no clear direction. So every decision feels heavy. But clarity changes everything. When you know your monthly surplus, your savings rate, your next milestone, money stops being emotional and starts being mechanical. That's why rule number 6 is this. You don't need a perfect plan. You need a clear one. Rule number 7. Wealth is built quietly, not impressively. This is the hardest one to accept. Most wealthy people don't look wealthy. They drive paid-off cars. They say no a lot. They delay gratification. Meanwhile, the people who look rich are often drowning in payments. Here's the final rule. If your money impresses people, it's probably not growing. True wealth buys time, freedom, peace, not attention. The final truth. Look, if you're under 35 and feel behind, you're not broken. You're just early. But the choices you make now matter more than the ones you'll make later. Because money compounds, habits compound, and mistakes compound too. If this video helped you think differently about money, hit subscribe, like the video, and comment Rule 8 if you want to follow up. Your future self is listening, and I'll see you in the next one.